So for those of you guys who don't know, I'm gonna use these railings right here, and I'm gonna create a DIY box, skateboard box. I'll show you guys a picture below. And basically for this project, all I would need to do is take off this railing and use that on the side of the box so I could grind my skateboard against. So I guess let's start getting disassembled. Well, that was kind of easy. It doesn't have, what's it called? An Allen wrench tool. Honestly, I don't even know what kind of tool that is. I just seamed it on there. But I got this part off, so all I need to do is that same thing for the next part, and then we're Gucci. Except for these tiny little pieces, it's going to be really hard to pry this part off. It's not a good grip to grab onto. But this one, I was just able to step on it and just like pull it off. And there you have it. Two perfectly separated bearing or copings now. Honestly, this part is just the hardest part now. Because if I'm grinding across this rail right here, I'd be sliding and then boom, I would like hit this tip. But I can't take the tip off. Because the hell kind of tool is that? And it's really hard to just pry off and break because it's just a small ass piece. This is the only way I figured it out. Just shoved it into the air. Now it's just slowly wiggling out. Don't be like me, kids. Boom! Look at that. Perfectly set rail right here. Probably just straighten that out somehow if I really have to. Hopefully. It definitely would have been a lot cleaner and easier if this Allen wrench like worked. Could have just unscrewed those pieces very easily instead of just jamming into the sidewalk and prying it off. But yeah, essentially this is our box right here. The D.I.y, do-it-yourself tutorial just taught you. Get a long piece of, what's this thing called? A pallet. And then just throw on a nice thick slab of wood sheeting on top of it. And then the rails are just going to go right across the side. Boom and bam. Spick and span. Shouldn't have left these out in the sun. Just boiled my hands over there. Well, I got these babies out. Pretty dramatically, as you can tell. Just shoved it in between the cracks of the sidewalk. And just yanked it out. And wiggled it out. Innovative thinking. Hashtag Astrozac. And now for the next project, as you can see, this is a little bit off edge. Off, why do I sound New Yorkin? This is a little bit off edge too. So what I have to do is draw a line across it so I could saw that bitch off. What sucks is something was telling me I'm gonna need to do some sawing. But I was like, nah, I measured this shit perfectly. So I took a picture of the tape measure and I measured it perfectly. But then when I wrote down the measurements, I wrote it off 5 inches bigger than it was supposed to be. So I have to saw off this piece. So I don't own my own measuring tape and I don't want to use my stepdad's because he'll get pissed off if I write on it with a permanent marker. So I'm just gonna draw this line right here and start hacking. So this is running out smoother than I thought it would be. A nice perfect line right there, except for the end. Now the hard part is just going to be sawing, which is going to suck. Because I do a power saw, but it's my stepdad's. I'm just a little baby kid. Apparently I'm not allowed to use it. But I could really use it behind his back, but I don't want to chop off my finger and be like, it's cutting some tomatoes. So it's gonna be a fun little project to just saw up some wood like a freaking 1990s person. Wow, I was so wrong. I should have meant to say 1920s person because that's when the power saw was invented. I mean, I could just probably bring it back to Home Depot and have them slice it because I accidentally did the measurements wrong. But the problem is I own a small little compact ass car. So it honestly made a stain on my roof because it touched all the way from that side to that side from my center console, like sliding right in between my two seats. And I don't want to have to put that back in my car again because my trunk didn't close and I had it tied closed, and it's just a whole another ball game. So might as well just cut this bitch up and just have some fun with it. It is my creation, ain't it? And I know what you guys are thinking. This is just a hacksaw to cut like metal, not probably thick ass pieces of wood, but it's actually getting somewhere. It's probably gonna take me an hour or two, or until I'm 50, but it's what I got. Probably find a saw in there somewhere, but would you want to look through all that stuff just to find a saw? Just came back from Home Depot. This is definitely gonna make things a lot more easier. Let's see, why didn't I just do this in the first place? This is working out a hell of a lot better. Check it out, bitches. My goal of the day was this little dot, but now I feel like I could go shoot. Sometimes you just gotta pick and choose your battles. It's either ride to Home Depot, waste my time going there and then coming back, or try to saw off that thing with that tiny ass hacksaw, and bam, I did it. Literally like 60% of the way done. First time using a drill. Got some protective glasses. See what we could do. Oh yeah, also I marked these freaking dogs. Marked it with some marker. Those are and let's get it. It started off on a low power so I don't die. Might need to get a thicker drill bit, but I just didn't want to crack the wood. Wish I had a GoPro. Well, first screw, time to go in. Made a nice hole with the drill bit. Now we just drill her up. It's good. Shaking in the phone, not in fear. Well, here goes nothing. Huh. It's a little bit just there. I don't know what I did wrong, but I guess gotta push harder or something. Holy shit. I actually did it. Made us strip the nails just a little bit, but it's not like I'm ever gonna unscrew this thing for some ever reason. And I've just got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 more to go. And after that, I do the sides like this to cover up that hole. Oh, bam. But not with this wood. This wood is a little too tall. That was just the extra cut from that sheet. Screw number 2. This bad boy ain't going anywhere. Feels pretty solid to me. And I thought I needed help on this thing. Oh! So not to sound crazy, but this wood right here is 5 inches long. No, wait, is 6 inches long and this pallet was only 5 inches long. But I figured with this sheet that I just screwed on top, it would even out perfectly. Boom, what do you know? Fits flushed. Should have had a smoother surface to do this on, but work with what you got. I keep accidentally sitting on my screws and losing them. Maybe this is why I'm not a construction worker. I'd be like, where's my hammer? Just laying it like a freaking chicken. Trying to record this, but at the same time, there's no space. Bam, shove that in. Make sure this is on forward, not backwards. And get to freaking drilling. Yep. Stripping a little bit. Damn, setting's too high. That was not the camera angle I was looking for at all. So for this one, I accidentally stripped the screw and it was like sticking out just like this much farther out, which you would definitely slice your leg on if you fell on top of it. Kind of like that screw. I stripped it, but I learned that all I have to do is take some pliers, grab onto it, and then just spin it counterclockwise and then it will come out. Hopefully that doesn't happen again. So I only got 1 screw left, which is perfect for that last side. But then again, I still need 3 more for this side. So I guess I grabbed the wrong amount of screws, as you could tell or say. It would be the last screw of the day. My battery just straight dies. We charged this bit. So after 4 long days, phase 1 is finally complete. This literally fits flush, straight grind across that, which I was afraid was going to be a problem. This would lift up a little bit or be further away because my measurements were but I have it so you could start off around here maybe and slide all the way off across to the other side without having to worry about like hitting some wood, because this thing wasn't long enough apparently. So on this side I'm going to do the exact same thing for that end. So when I come in and I do my grind, I come back around and then do it again. Boom. After a long, hard week, this is my last screw. You don't understand the excitement in my heart right now. The reason why I'm going so slow is because this shit is so sharp. It's not like the right bit, because I just rented this really fast and I just used the one that came with it, and I keep stripping it every time I'm taking it out. But here we go, kids. Oh, make sure it's nice and flushed so my homies or me don't cut myself. With that all said and done, let's get our first jump on this manual pad right here on my street. So usually the camera makes me nervous for being on film, but if I don't land this first try, there I am. A failure to skateboarding. Alright, without any further ado, let's get it. give a little test run, but we got this. First try. First try. Well, second try. I blame the lawn people and the camera. That was actually my first try, to be honest. The last time I was just like giving a little slack. Yeah. I'm gonna be 50-50ing this thing in no time, man. Whoops, not enough speed. Going back to my old habits. And that is it, boys and girls. If you would like to buy my shirt that I made myself, the link will be in this description below. Without that being said, time to do some more mani pads. Some ollies on the mani pad. I'm never so good at outros. Keep checking out my videos. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Peace.